Welcome back to Start Here with UDL. We're going to do a little dancing today. So this is TPRY, one of our favorite new strategies. And you'll see that TPRY is a model building strategy. So we use this strategy to pry open visuals to predict or explain. We can also use it to create a model or a visual. And it's a joke because we're prying it open. Get it? Okay, cool. So here's the dance. So T is for title. Title could be up here, could also be down here, could be up here. Check one more time, could be down here. Parts could be anywhere, little parts, big parts, sideways parts. Maybe if it's a graph and I'm looking at an axis. Relationships are arrows. Relationships are arrows. So we're going to do a lot of arrows. And then we ask ourselves why this is happening. So once again, title could be anywhere, top or bottom. Parts could be anywhere. They could be little. They could be down here. Could be a caption over here. Could be a key. Could be some symbols. Could have relationships that are arrows. Could be all kinds of things. And then we have to ask ourselves, why is this happening? So that's the TPRY dance. So we're looking at the title, the parts, the relationships, and why is this happening? And the reason for this is a group of coaches and classroom teachers decided that they needed to start acting on the fact that folks weren't unpacking visuals. So students would look at an informational text in science or social studies or English. They'd look at a graph or a chart in math, and they would say, I don't know what this is. Can you tell me? And so we can't have that happen. So building on some previous research, we got TPRY. And so students are explicitly taught to look for the title or provide a title if they're creating a model, look for each of the parts and analyze them, or provide and revise the parts if they're creating a model, look for relationships, which are often arrows, and then be able to attach a word to those arrow like cause and effect. This is happening because, or provide some arrows and indicators if they're creating a model, and then be able to say why this is happening. So that's TPRY. We have a lot of materials out there that explain TPRY, but it's a good addition to the Learner-Owned Strategy Toolkit because learners can choose from a UDL lens, choice of voice, learners can choose to use this for the science and engineering practices. These are transfer process standards. And this is great for interpreting, analyzing, and evaluating data. If students are given data tables or graphs, they have to be able to analyze and evaluate what's in there. It's obviously the answer for how to develop and use models. And then a TPRY is great for evaluating information and communicating it to other people. History and social science teachers have been telling us for years that charts and graphs and diagrams are a little bit of a challenge. And so TPRY is a good match for that. Timelines, anything cause and effect, and anytime they have to develop a product that reflects understanding, it's probably going to include some kind of visual. In addition, in the process goals for math, we do have mathematical reasoning, connections, and modeling and interpreting practical situations. And most of the time that we're modeling and interpreting practical situations, we're going to be up to our elbows in graphs and charts and tables. TPRY is a good match for that. And then if you look at the DSR standards within our English curriculum, you'll see the sense-making strategies. And one of the sense-making strategies is TPRY, because we'll be looking at anything that is an informational text that is provided through a graphic. I will lift up, I don't normally do these in the videos, but in the Career and Tech Ed Workplace Readiness Skills, information literacy includes locating information efficiently, and being able to unpack a visual using TPRY is part of locating information efficiently. And one thing to note is, if you look around your life as an adult, pretty much anything you take out of a file drawer, in your kitchen, if you take any of the booklets that came with your like washer dryer or your refrigerator, you're going to see a lot of graphics that have titles and parts and arrows, and you need to summarize efficiently why they're happening. So when we think about a learner-owned strategy toolkit, we want to put some strategies in there that are more than just text strategies. They're more than simply social emotional strategies. They're going to be flexible strategies that are still going to be useful 40 years from now when we don't know what the world looks like, but we do know it's going to involve a lot of complex visuals. And TPRY is a good answer for that.